Coming up, we have your February 2025 Las Vegas real estate market update.
Hey everyone, I'm Steve.
And I'm Kristen.
We are the Thomas Group with Real Broker, your local Las Vegas and Henderson Realtors, here today to bring you your February 2025 Las Vegas real estate market update.
Yeah, we have a lot to talk about.
Sure do. Yeah, I've been researching some economic stats that I thought will be quite interesting just to bring you. Nothing too boring. You're like, oh my God, economic stats. We've got some pretty interesting data on the sales and some more information to come.
All right, wow. Sounds interesting.
Very exciting.
Okay, well, let's start with single family home sales. We'll start with the median sales price, which I'm scared it's gonna be loud.
If you're gonna ring the bell, you're gonna do it. Like, she's
scared.
like, you're all limp-handed.
We are over our COVID peak, May 2022, which our previous peak was at 482,000, and we are at 485,000.
Yeah, very, very good.
Wow, the single family market was over the peak ages ago.
No, the
Sorry,
townhome.
Townhome was over ages ago. Finally, we're there for single family. We've been close, and then we dipped, and now we're back.
Yeah, I mean, so you know, it's really it's interesting when we look at the kind of the bigger picture of what the media portrays. You know, if you everywhere you read or you look, you know, worst possible time to buy a house, interest rates high, blah 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 blah, but still prices are rising. So if you're kind of like sitting on the fence for the last couple of years, like, oh, we'll wait till this high, you know, interest rate climate's out way and done with, and it'll go back down. You're going to be paying way more for the house than
that's a really good point. It's all supply and demand. And
yeah, I read an article from Lawrence Hyun, the chief economist of the National Association of Realtors, and he anticipates us basically staying in the 6% range the whole of this year.
I think we'll be happy to get there, because right now we're back up to 7. Yeah, to 7.
Yeah.
So
he said it's going to fluctuate between like low 7s and in the 6s. Never going to touch the 5s, according to him.
I believe it.
You know, we've said this before, but historically, when you look back at mortgage interest rates, you know, over like a 30-year period, you know, like 6% is about average.
Yeah.
It's probably even on the lower end, actually. It's still a very active market here, and this was still, I guess, very bullish.
Yeah, Las Vegas is particularly doing well compared to the rest of the country.
Can I just give you, just kind of piggybacking off of that, because I know you like it when I get my notepad out with stats. So I've got some economic stats for you that I thought kind of fairly interesting. So last year, our total population growth grew by 2.1%. We added 50,000 extra residents to Clark County. Wow. We've now got 2.4 million people here. We added 7,000 jobs. Very good. Visitors were up. We had 41.7 million people coming through. I mean, that crazy. You know when like our house, our bathroom in our at home looks kind of out over the flight path. And at night time, I just see all of these, you know, these lights coming in, just as money is coming in to get lost.
It's crazy.
Oh, people can have a good time, but you know, it's just people like full planes of, you know, like we added 846,000 more people came last year than in 2023. Gaming revenue was up 81 million. Do you know how much people gambled?
$1 billion.
13 billion.
Whoa.
13.6 billion.
When you get into the billions, my brain can't even comprehend that kind of money.
It is insane. Yeah, it is insane. Yeah, there's a lot of big gamblers that come out here. GDP has actually grown 40% since 2019.
So piggybacking off of that, I think it's a good time to talk about how the Las Vegas economy is diversifying. I mean, you talked a lot about you know, our visitors and the casino revenue, but we are no longer a one-trick pony. People are moving their businesses here, and
I mean, I've said this before. I think I might even said it last month. Like I was on the Strip not long ago with clients, and it was amazing how many families are down there, like young people. You know, like so. It's what you say. It's not just gambling in Sin City anymore. diversifying in the entertainment area, diversifying in many other areas. You know, still very bullish about the, you know, the whole Las Vegas area generally. Here's one for you. Did you just peek and cheat there?
I can't read your writing.
Okay,
anyway,
good.
So.
Yeah, I sometimes can't either. Sounds good. All right, so driver license surrenders. Number one is going to be easy, right? So driver license surrenders, what does that mean? When you move here, you turn your driver's license in from where you moved in to the DMV, and you know, you become a resident. So
okay, I'm curious if this has changed. Number one, California.
Yep, 37% of, and this was an overwhelming majority of all the other states. Yeah. Just so you know.
I'm actually surprised it's not more.
So
just because our clients are.
So you thought it'd be like 50%.
I did.
Yeah. 37% from California. Okay. All right. What's next?
Next, I think in the past, I want to say it's New York or Florida. I think in the past it was Florida. I'm going to stick with Florida.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Florida still. Yep, 6.9%. All right, so what are you going? You going New York?
New York.
Nope. New York. New York is on there, but it's not
next.
Wow,
I thought it would be higher.
No, next is
Indiana.
Texas.
Texas. Okay.
Yeah, and then
people just move around these like retirement areas.
Washington.
Washington, okay, yep.
Yeah, I mean, only like 6.9% people coming from Florida, and then, you know, the rest is obviously less than that, and 37% from California. So, yeah, very interesting. And unfortunately, because of what's been happening, I think, in California, you know, with not just like political landscape out there, but natural disasters and stuff, it's pushing more people to consider this area.
Yeah, it really is. Okay. Let's move on to sales. So there were 1,578 single-family homes sold last month. That is down from December, which is interesting. Oh, that's because these were put into contract in December. Yeah, so we're down 13% from December, but we're up 6.7% from the previous year. So we're up from the same time in 2024, which not surprising. So conversely, pending sales are up month over month, 22.6%, but they're down 5.7% year over year. So we're seeing a little slowdown. And I wonder if that's because interest rates have gone up a little bit over the past.
If we're just, it's difficult to compare month to month, but year to year, I think definitely interest rates are higher this time than they were last year, right? So yeah, that wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about inventory, and we'll start with new listings, as that has a big effect on inventory. There were 3,130 new listings taken last month, up 79% from the previous month, which again is not surprising. December listings very low for people to list during the holidays, and we're up 30% from the same time last year. So hopefully we're pushing up the inventory that we have to choose from. And we are. There were 5,215 single-family homes available. That's up 5% from the previous month and up 47% from the same time last year.
Wowzers, okay.
Yeah.
So what do you...
But yeah, where it really matters is our months of inventory. And we are sitting at 3.3 months of inventory.
That's an increase?
That's an increase. It's a decent increase. It's up 20% from the previous month and up 37% from last year.
I mean, we've been, you and I just talking about this yesterday or did you send me an article about inventory increasing?
So yeah, I heard on Marketplace podcast, which is a great podcast if anyone is interested in economics, which I know it sounds boring, but it's really, really good. But they were talking about how overall, the entire nation, we are at our highest months of inventory in the past 5 years. Yeah. Which I guess, you know what, we might be too actually at 3.3. I have to go back and look because we're looking basically from COVID. No, we're not, because when the market dipped out in 2022 when interest rates spiked up to 5, I think our inventory went up to maybe
up a little close to this.
Maybe even a little bit more. Yeah, we'll have to look. But
generally speaking, things are on an upward trend for inventory. So, you know, what does that mean for buyers and sellers? Well, buyers, you're going to definitely have more choice, right? You'll have more leverage when you're negotiating because you can tell them you've got another property that you're looking at, because there's a likelihood there's going to be other properties in your neighborhood, in your local area. Sellers, you're going to have to be, you know, very, very strategic on your pricing. I think this is when, like, times like now, like Kristen and I have been practicing real estate. This is our 9th year. And in 9 years, we've seen a lot of things happen. And in particular, when prices and everything's been high and sellers have always had the leverage, when people are getting ready to sell, market shift. And now, because it might have like last year might have been last year, or 2 years ago might have been what, you know, what it was like 2 years ago, it doesn't mean that it's the same right now, right? And they generally start pricing their properties too aggressively, priced on previous data and previous times, but you always have to price your property currently. And obviously means hiring a professional that understands that area and pricing and structure, you know, correctly, you know, to be able to do that.
And we always talk about how the markets are hyper local and
so
you know what, and I've had a couple first-time home buyers this past couple months, and those properties have gotten multiple offers. So it really just depends on where you're looking, what segment of the market you're looking at as well.
Yeah, 100%.
How about before we move on to condo and townhome, I've got a couple things to talk about. So my parents subscribe to the Wall Street Journal, and I love it because my mom's always sending me little articles that she sees in the mansion section. And Las Vegas has been mentioned loads. I mean, the condo market had a whole article on it recently here. And most recently, featured on the front page of the Wall Street Journal mansion section was Henderson, Nevada, which is so cool, really exciting.
And not only just, you know, like talking about, you know, Henderson, you know, as a city and whatnot, but they put a lot of focus on, which I'm excited about, is Escaya and McDonald Highlands, because coming up we might have some really exciting stuff in the works for you too that we'll show you on the YouTube channel. I won't go into too much detail now, but this is highlighting like what we've been saying for a long time. When you're looking at super luxury, hyper luxury, you know, here in town, I'm not just talking $1 million homes, I'm talking $6-7 million plus homes. There's not that many areas in which you can choose from, especially where you're going to get like super security, you know, you're going to feel like extra safe, world-class amenities. I mean, there's really only 4 communities that you could pick from. You know, 2 are in Henderson, 2 are in Las Vegas. Like, this is sort of attention that's being put on to the ultra luxury homes out here. I feel like is just going to have more upward pressure. Yeah. I mean, goodness gracious, I was in Escaya just, all the days are rolling into one right now, but was it this week or last week? Last week, at the end of last week. And the development that's going up in there, and people that are building $8-9 million houses that you've got no idea about, because these are not on the MLS. These are all private sales, you know, and the whole landscape is changing dramatically. Yeah,
and there was a study that was recently done. They published the results in the Las Vegas Review Journal that the Las Vegas luxury market is now outperforming LA.
Yeah.
Which I think is a reflection of, unfortunately, you know, the climate issues and wildfires and everything happening out there. But yeah, we're in the top, I think it was, I can't remember if we were in the top 10 or in the top 12 in all of the country. So, you know, that just goes to show the statistics are showing exactly what we keep telling you guys. And you might think, well, I don't have a luxury budget. Why does this matter to me? But it does matter, because the whole market, you know, while we say that there's individual markets, everything really is all together and bolster.
The best kind of way I like to look at that is like we're all, whether you're in a $100,000 condo, right? Let's look at your $100,000 condo as a dinghy, right? And let's look at your dinghy being in a harbor, and inside of the harbor we've got a $100 million yacht. When the tide rises in that harbor, the dinghy goes up, and so does the $100 million yacht.
That's a really good analogy. I like
so
that.
Every other element inside of there is rising too, right? Essentially, we have, like, you know, little sort of micro, you know, areas that, you know, little pockets that change, but on a general overall view, looks like it's good for all of us.
Good for everyone. Yeah. All right. So let's talk about condo and townhomes. Moving on from that. The median sales price was up 1% month over month to $293,000. That's up 6.5% year over year. So again, we're just seeing that price appreciation. Do you think that'll slow down now that we're seeing inventory increase?
Great question.
Yeah. I mean, it should slow down because this isn't sustainable. Going up 9%, 7% year over year just doesn't seem...
Yeah, but I mean, but it's always, you know, when you're in something, it's hard to see when you're in it. But when you can like step outside of it and look, you know, retroactively at something, like I was just thinking randomly this morning when I was having a shower, I wonder if in like 25 years, you and I are going to be having a conversation like, why didn't we buy all the land in Pahrump when we could have?
Oh yeah.
You know, but right now it's like, well, Pahrump's too far away. There's opportunities here. There's you know, and then but you know things are going to change. And so anyway, to answer your question, I think it will still go up. Do
you think it'll slow down though?
No.
No. Okay.
And I'll tell you the reasons why I don't believe it's going to slow down is we're already in, right, according to everybody, one of the worst times ever, right, for interest rates and stuff. So one of the worst times ever where historically in the United States, they've had the fewest amount of sales, we've thrived.
Markets thrive.
And I've said this before, Las Vegas is only one of the few cities in the world where it's internationally known, but there's still opportunities.
Yeah, that's a good point.
There's still land. Like, go and drive around any major city anywhere around the world and go tell me how, you know, go and show me some land that's affordable, that you can purchase and develop. That's 15 really minutes from the airport. Like, this is a hidden gem, this whole area, right? For the tax reasons. Look at the weather. We've got blue skies again. Another day of blue skies. Doesn't that suck? Right? You know, it's not depressing at all. Right? I would say most people when they move here, they're pleasantly surprised. Yeah. Including us. Like we didn't ever know that we would like it here, but we love it. Yeah. So all of these reasons, I think that is going to keep upward price pressure on. And then my final reason is that we only have a finite amount of land. Yeah, so once all of this land is gone, and people still want the weather and the outdoor activities and the tax benefits and the entertainment and blah, blah, blah.
Airport, yeah, you're right. Good points.
We'll see.
Yep. Stay tuned. All right, there were 413 units sold last month. That was down 11.4% from the previous month and down 13.2% from the same time last year. Yeah, that's a really low number, 413.
Pretty significant.
Yeah, pretty significant.
I mean, but for 400 and it's down 10%, that's only 40. Like,
yeah, but when you're talking such a small set, Well, so pending sales were up 25% month over month. So we'll see that number increase looking at next month, but we're still down 10% year over year. And again, I think that might be an interest rate issue. That's my educated
generally guess. We see that with the townhome and condo market first. You know, they're the most impacted.
Yeah, agreed. So new listings, similarly to single family homes, were up month over month and year over year pretty significantly, which means that our total inventory is also up. We had 1,896 condo and townhomes available for sale. That's up 7.5% from the previous month and up 67% from the same time last year. That's a big increase. And, you know, and we're seeing that reflected as well in the months of inventory. We're at 4.6 months of inventory, which is actually really getting very close to a balanced market.
Yeah, I would even say that some communities out here, it's totally
I would agree.
And it's even flipped. Like it's totally a buyer's market. Yeah. And then there's other places that it's still very much a seller's market.
No.
I think we're gonna have another strong month, you know, just based on the pending sales for next month. And, you know, generally I think we're gonna have more of the same, right, for next year. And, you know, if you in town and you're thinking of getting out of town and you know, you're curious about the price of your property, let us know. We'd love to give you the lowdown, see what it could sell for in this market. Never any pressure or hassles. If you are watching this or listening to this market update from somewhere outside of Vegas and you're thinking about moving here and you've got questions, we would love to help you. You can find out all of our information for myself, Kristen, and our whole entire team on our website, thethomasgrouplv.com. But for now, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next month.